Hey everybody, this is part two of my videos for tonight. Rebecca with Retro Crime, welcome back and thank you for following me. So, this came across my desk earlier today, and it's the first chance I've had to talk about it. And it's what started off as a critical missing case, I believe is now just a critical case. So, sit back, relax. We're going to talk about this. And if you already have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I'll be right back. Hey, everyone. And again, as I said earlier, happy St. Patrick's Day. Power to the Irish. Yes. Okay. So, all kidding aside, um, this is a case about a 14-year-old girl that 24 hours ago, her father went on social media posting a picture, asking for information. He was concerned, she was missing, all this other stuff. And then earlier today, we find out per her, she goes on social media and says she's not missing. She ran away and she's not ever going home. Question is why? So let's start at the very beginning. This here is Irelyn Glover, and she is 14 years old and pretty girl. Um, she's gone missing or has disappeared from Alexandria, Louisiana. So this is the post that her father put, James Glover III, saying, feeling concerned, red flag alert. This is my 14-year-old daughter, Irelyn Glover. She is 5'5", 175 pounds. And if you see her, call Alexandria, Louisiana Police Department or 911 immediately. She is still missing. APB and RPSO have a bolo out on her. Very official sounding lingo right there. And then you find out when she goes online, and she's like, "Hey, I'm not missing. I'm not going home. He did horrible things to me. I'm not going back to the place where I was raised." All this stuff, and she has a laundry list of things that she swears up and down that her father allegedly has done to her. So, and again, I'm using the word allegedly because you always want to side with the person who is the victim, but again, it's all alleged. Now, from what I'm reading and knowing what I do know about situations like this, I'm leaning towards believing her, but you take a look at this and you tell me. So, let's see. I just did little screenshots. Why is nothing popping up? Okay, let me remove this one. I am sorry, everybody. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it was like 4 pages of screenshots. I only grabbed a couple. But you see right here, like number 17, he tried to place me with our cousin so he could come see me even though there was a no contact in place. So at some point, there has to be some type of legal stuff going on where there was a no contact order. So I find that interesting right there. That there has to be some sort of paper trail going on. Number 18 used to say, "I'm going to make you miserable since you make me miserable." And she's saying this was said between the years of 2022 and 2024. Held me in a chokehold and dug in my bra to get my phone a few months ago. Made me hold soap in my mouth and swallow it in front of people. This was when she was in elementary school. Took everything off my bed and made me go to sleep with nothing and made me sleep on the floor once. Okay. would sometimes make me undress to get a whooping. Now, that one concerns me, that one I find more alarming, but apparently that's something I've heard people do, and I'm like, "Why in the hell would you do that?" Would threaten to whoop me while I was asleep or washing dishes. My aunt tried to explain that if he rushed to get me out of his house like he wanted, he'll be charged with abandonment, but said he didn't care. And when he gets mad, he'll tell me to get my own stuff and, her food and hygiene and when she doesn't have any money. That's one list right there. And here's the other one. Says I can't eat anything in his house and said if I do, I'm going to see the real him. He would mainly drag me by my hair and ears and throw stuff middle school. He mocked me while I was running and asked, "Why are you holding your chest?" Trying to be funny because I have a big chest. He would walk in the bathroom while I was showering and once made me bend down to wipe the shower doors, and I could see he was looking at my privates. She was 7 or 8 years old. He asked if he needed to rub ointment on my private because I had a UTI, but I was old enough to do it myself. He has always talked about me, my sisters, and our mom, calling us sluts, bitches, and names like that. And apparently at one point she has made a self-hurt, self-harm attempt, and he whooped her. So, this sounds like an extremely bad, bad situation for this kid. Um, Even if 1 or 2 of these things that she's claiming is true, that's bad enough. And what makes it even worse, this is this guy, this is her dad, this is James Glover III, and he's being ridiculed all over the internet right now. He is a sheriff's deputy. Yeah, if you couldn't pick up on how he put that information out there in that post, APB, RPSB, whatever, all the initials, he's a sheriff's deputy. And that makes me even more inclined to believe what she's saying because people like him think they're above the damn law. It drives me insane, especially when they are brutalizing their own children. Now, granted, he has not been accused of he's not been convicted of anything, and he has not been arrested or anything. But I don't understand why CPS has not been involved, why some other jurisdiction's not been involved. I just pray to God this girl has run away from home. She is 14 years old, and I pray to God she is somewhere safe because there's worse than your father out there. But he's a smug bastard, and if he's calling his wife names, if he's calling his other daughters names, calling them sluts and bitches and all this other stuff, this is a toxic, toxic human being and has no business being in law enforcement, let alone being married, let alone having children of his own. And I would love to know if there is a paper trail on this guy. And I'll have to do some research on my own off camera here to see what we can find. But because, like I said, this just came out today. Um, Profit PI's covered it. Real Big Draco's covered it. Now I'm covering it. This is horrendous. Nobody should talk to their children like that. Nobody should treat their children like that. And if you are a person that is in law enforcement, you should have even more self control than the average person because you carry a gun, you uphold law and order. And even an eighth of the things that this girl is accusing you of, you actually have done this, you need to be in jail. Just saying. Just saying. And with the way she's saying accusing him of some type of possible sexual misconduct, I pray to God, her other sisters are okay and everybody's okay. But CPS needs to get over to this house. Or it needs to investigate this immediately because this is not good. This is not good. Especially with him being a member of law enforcement, he needs to be held to a whole other standard than anybody else. That's just my opinion. But you all tell me, this is her. This is Irelyn Glover. Hopefully she is safe. From what I understand, she is. And I hope she gets involved with some organization that can help her. Because I would hate to see her be forced to go back home to go deal with this more if any of this is true. But there's your update right there. This is Rebecca with Red True Crime. Keep an eye out for her and the dad. And if anything else pops off, I will be back on here. But right now, that is all I have. But I hope to God he's being investigated. I hope to God he is. So good night, everybody. As I always say, be weird, be rude, be safe. Keep your head on a swivel. And Love your kids.